Are you thinking about buying a home in 2023 and you don't know where to start, but your biggest problem is trying to save up money? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you some tips and strategies on how you can save up money quickly so you can make this dream and this goal of yours a reality. And before we get into the video, if this is the first time you're checking out my channel, my name is Seanu Uyehara. I'm an area manager with Geneva Financial, and I created my channel to help you understand the ins and outs of what it takes to become a homeowner. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or a seasoned investor, my goal is to help you get your mortgage right. We can help you across the country. So if you have any questions, you can hit the description below. There's links to more information, or you can schedule a call with myself, and I'd be happy to see what I can do to help you. Even if it's a purchase or a refinance, we can certainly help you out. And if you find this video helpful, make sure to share the love with your friends and family, because we want to spread the word and help more people like you get their mortgage right across the country. So first and foremost, what you need to do if you're thinking about buying a house is to create a budget. This is something that not many buyers are doing these days. But I think with inflation and everything that we've saw over the last year or so, I think now more than ever, this is a great strategy to start off with. You have to start looking at your overall budget. How much money do you really bring in every single month? How much of that goes into savings? How much of that are you paying every single month on food, going out, groceries? Get all of that on paper. That is one of the most important things that you can do, because I think at that point, it'll really become an eye-opener, because I think you'll really start to figure out where you are bleeding money out in certain areas that maybe you can stop that to now start building up a bigger savings account. So many Americans struggle day to day right now with saving money and having record high credit card debt right now. So these are just some of the things that you honestly have to face the music. And I know sometimes it's painful because you don't really want to look at those things thinking it's just going to go away. I know at one point I hated looking at my bank account. I hated looking at my checking account because I didn't want to see how little money was in the account. It made me depressed. Now, the only way to start focusing on growing your bank account and getting more money is to realize where you are today. Just like anything else in life, if you want to lose weight, you have to know what your weight is right now. You have to know how much body fat you have. You have to start analyzing and picking apart the thing that you want to get better at. So the more that you understand where every penny is going, the better you can be at the decisions you make every single day. So that way, again, we can get you into a home. The next thing you want to create is a dedicated savings account. Go and create a separate savings account so that way your money that you're starting to put away to buy your house goes into that account every single paycheck. Another trick what you could do is go to a bank where it's inconvenient for you to access your funds. I have an account with a credit union that their online banking portal honestly sucks. I hate using it. And the only way I can get my money is I have to drive out of my way to the nearest location, which is about 20 minutes, in order for me to get any money out of that account. So the fact that it's such an inconvenience for me to drive there, wait in line, and get my money, it's something that I never end up doing. So the money just continues to accumulate in that account. So make this process of saving up money fun. Make it a game so that way once you get to the goal, you are proud of all the work that you've put into it. Next tip is minimize your unnecessary spending. This is something, again, we are all guilty of. Netflix, Hulu, DirecTV, your cable bill, your cell phone bill, all of these streaming devices that we have these days that we're paying $15.99, $20.99 for, that we don't necessarily think about it too often. When you start adding multiple subscription services to your monthly bills every single month, that could easily add up to a few $100s. And again, when you look at that in the course of the year, you might say it's only $200-300 a month. That's another $2,400 to $3,600 a year that you could be putting in your savings account that gets you to your goal faster. So remember, you want to think big picture and not so confined with just it's only $20 today or it's only $20 this month. It adds up over time. So make sure that you keep your eye on the prize. Look for ways to invest your money. Right now, I've seen so many other creators and other people talking about high yield savings accounts. You've seen a lot of these banks like Goldman Sachs, Discover, Citibank, American Express. They're offering these high yield savings accounts that are paying over 3% on a savings account right now, which is huge. Normally, you get next to nothing in any bank account. So at least if you wanted to be super conservative, you could find a high yield savings account, put some money in there, and at least you're starting to earn some interest. It's better than leaving the money in your checking account and it earning absolutely nothing. So again, if the goal is to start accumulating more money different ways, you have to find some of these little wins where maybe you get another couple $100 a year by leaving your money in that account. Again, a couple $100 might not sound like a lot of money, but over time, it will begin to add up. So again, think big picture and remember what the end goal is all about. And with the invention of our cell phones and all these apps that we have today, we can literally get anything at the drop of a dime. Now think about a side hustle that you can get into. You can drive Uber, you can deliver food for Grubhub, Uber Eats, Postmates. All of these apps have delivery services that you can sign up for today and start driving and making some extra cash. Even if you don't want to deal with that, you could rent your car out on Turo and you can make money off of that. If you know you're going to be on vacation, or maybe you have an extra car that's just sitting around at your house, put that thing on Turo so you can start making some money. There are so many different ways that we can make money today, but so many of us will still sit behind a screen and watch videos like this and still not do absolutely anything about it, but sit and complain that there's no opportunities for me, or I don't have any money, or I'm broke. You're not broke. You're just lazy. You have to get off your butt. Find ways that you can go and create value in the world today to go make more money. And even if you don't want to do any of those apps that I just mentioned, with all this new technology, with AI and all these things that you can do from home, there's so many ways that you can create content for people. You can help edit videos. The list goes on and on and on. There's so many opportunities out there. You just have to be more resourceful and find ways that interest you to go and make some extra cash. The next thing you want to think about is downsizing. If you are living in a 2-bedroom condo and it's only yourself, maybe look at renting a 1-bedroom. Maybe even look at a studio if you can swing that. Refinance your car payment. Look for ways to start cutting additional costs so that way you can get yourself in a position where you can improve your cash flow every single month. There's a lot of things that we overspend money on every month, but those two things alone right there, downsizing where you live, maybe getting a roommate, and trying to refinance your car right now. Those are ways that you could easily put a few $100s back into your pocket today. Now, this is one that so many of you will probably just completely blow and spend your money. This is the mistake I see home buyers make every single year being in the mortgage industry, is that you go through the entire year and you are just dying to file your taxes to get that tax refund. Some of you get thousands of dollars every single year, but where does that money go? It doesn't go to your savings account. It's usually going to either paying down credit card debt, or a lot of you spend it on going on vacations, maybe some clothes, maybe some shoes, and just going to frivolous items that doesn't help you get to the end goal. So this is why you need to be disciplined throughout the entire year. And remember, if your goal is to buy a house, and it might take you maybe a few years to get there, think about what it's going to feel like to finally own a home where you don't have to continue moving from house to house, apartment to apartment, signing leases, and all that stuff. That gets annoying. And especially if you're here in Vegas, trying to move during the summertime when it's 115 out, good luck doing that. I remember I did that a few times, and that was just a total pain in the butt. So be smart with these windfalls. Maybe you get a bonus at work. Put that money into your savings account. If you get a tax refund check, put that money in a savings account. If you still get money for your birthday, kudos to you. Put that money in a savings account. Stop spending the money and be disciplined throughout the year. Even when you get into the holiday season, I see clients do this every single year. During October, they're super gung-ho, ready to buy a house. November comes around, Thanksgiving rolls around, and what do? They start taking these family vacations. Oh, we're going to go to Disneyland. We're going to go see the family on the other side of the country. And we're going to spend thousands of dollars on our credit card and rack up the debt in order to go on these trips. Or Christmas rolls around. Now we're buying gifts for the family, the kids. And then you got New Year's. People want to go out and celebrate. Well, guess what? Those holidays alone are responsible for so much debt accumulation in a short time frame. And that's why when January rolls around, you cannot wait to file your taxes. And now all you're doing is playing catch up because you're trying to pay off all the debt that you racked up over the last couple of months. So you may need to sacrifice that trip. You may need to sacrifice maybe some presents, get cheaper presents, or do an activity with your kids instead. because I can guarantee you that toy or that pair of shoes or that piece of clothing that you're buying them, they're not going to care about that in 5 years. But they will care about a house that maybe you passed down to them, or maybe you're setting them up for a more successful future because you're showing them the pathway of how to get there. The next thing you want to think about doing is automate your savings. This is something that I've read in a book called The Automatic Millionaire. This is a great strategy to help you start building up that nest egg. So most of us probably get some sort of direct deposit. Go and put your other bank's information that you created, the other savings account, on that form. So that way, every single paycheck, you are directing a certain number of dollars to that savings account. This has helped me build up a savings account because I don't even think about the money. And so many of us, once we get that paycheck, the first thing we do is we start paying our bills. But remember, you got to pay yourself first, because if you wait to pay yourself after you pay all of your bills first, there's typically not enough money left over, and now you don't save anything. And then what happens is you'll probably say, oh, I'll do it on the next check. And then guess what? You don't do it. And it just becomes this vicious cycle that a lot of us fall into. So make sure you pay yourself first and find easy, automated ways that you can either sweep your checking account, or you can have your payroll department direct deposit some money to that other savings account. So again, you don't see it, out of sight, out of mind. But you know it's sitting in that savings account that you created. It's just you don't have to physically go there and remember to sweep that money every single paycheck. Now that you have all of these strategies in place, you want to make sure that you are tracking what you are doing. That is the only way this is going to work. Set a goal with a deadline. If you want to save $10,000, $15,000, give yourself a deadline and start working yourself backwards. That's been one of the easiest ways for me to start thinking about bigger things that I want to accomplish in life, because if I say I want to get something done in a year, I can break it down per month. I can break it down per week. So I know what is the goal by the end of the week. I need to have X amount of dollars saved. I need to do X amount of deals. I need to exercise a certain amount of times this week. All these things I do every single day, I keep track of, because then it makes my brain understand what I need to do for the day. And I'm not necessarily having to think about the $15,000 that maybe I need to save. Instead, it's, hey, can I save an extra $200 today? Great. I can do that easily by going to the grocery store on Sunday, not eating out. I can do some intermittent fasting. There's all these other things that you can start implementing into your day to make your life a lot easier. But again, you have to have an end goal in mind and give yourself a deadline. You want to make sure that you're giving yourself time to get the things accomplished. If not, you're going to continue this vicious cycle that I see many clients go through every single year, and they continuously put off home buying because they're working on their savings, they're working on a credit, and they don't have a deadline. They don't have a real plan in place. So if this sounds like you, give us a call. We're more than happy to create a custom plan for you to get you on the right path of homeownership. There's a link below in the description. You can book a one-on-one call, and I'd be happy to figure out what we need to do to get you in the right path. Share this video with your friends or family that could use some help with buying their next house. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.